What's up, everybody? You're watching Poots Garage. This is Have a Drink With Me. This is our weekly series that we do every week. Imagine that. That we just kind of go over things that are happening with the channel. So if you would like, now's your chance to pause the video, go grab yourself a drink, and then let's get this show started. Real quick, guys, I just want to mention that, I know I say this a lot, but we are a actively growing YouTube channel. We're really trying to push this thing and make it actually turn it into something cool. So if you could please like, comment, and subscribe if you like what you're seeing, or even if you're just nice and you don't like me, that'd be cool. But the most important thing right now is to watch the video for as long as you possibly can, because I need the hours. We're trying to get monetized. We get monetized, we have a little bit more money to invest into the channel, and then we can have a little more motivation to keep growing the channel. So monetization is my #1 goal right now. So I'm just going to be upfront with that right now. It's not about money, but money is nice. So yeah, help a brother out. I got a question for you guys. If you had unlimited money or whatever, time, possibilities, anything, what's one car that you would get? What is like that one dream car that if you had unlimited ability that you would just go out and get right now? I'm just curious. It's kind of something I always think about, you know, because I like all sorts of stuff. I like old stuff, and I do like some new stuff and this and that. And I think if I did that, I would probably get one of those, God, they're kind of old now. A Ferrari 360, I want to say it was a Modena F1. I think that was the one. I just remember that car from when I was younger, and that was just the coolest thing that I had ever seen in my life. So it would definitely be something like that. I like the cars of the, I guess it would be the 2000s, earlier 2000s, when they were a little more smoother looking versus now where the styling is all super angular. So I guess for me, I don't know if you call that a supercar or not, but that would be my choice. I think it'd have to be bright red with the tan interior, and I always liked how you could see the engine. I don't even know if those had an 8, a 10. I don't know, were those a V10? I don't remember. Maybe they were a V8 at that time. But I just remember being able to see the engine through that back glass. Oh, it's so cool. So yeah, what would you guys get if you could have any car in the world? So this week we're drinking Lexington. That's this bottle right here. Bam, what is it? Bourbon, Kentucky bourbon. That's good stuff. This is actually one of my favorite whiskeys here. It's Jack Daniels is my go-to. And then it's Lexington and Four Roses small batch. Those are my favorites. This Lexington is actually kind of hard to find though. I don't know if you can get it everywhere. But the one place that I find it, and Hovig finds it too, is it gets sold out even. So I don't know, it's good stuff, and it seems like it's a little cheaper too, which is surprising. So, oh yeah, it's good stuff. So this week I guess it was eventful. I don't know. It was just another week for me. I didn't really think this through too much. Last weekend we had a lot of fun doing that video on the ATV, where we drove the ATV kind of made the new trail back there where it was a little sloppy. That was cool. It's something I've always kind of wanted to do, so that was kind of fun to finally get around to doing that. And I want to make those trails a lot, expand them more too. There's a few more areas that I want to cut trails into that I've never, parts of my property that I don't really utilize. It'd be nice to at least have an ATV trail that you can tear it up once in a while and it kind of knocks the grass down, and you know, you just got to keep the bushes whacked back. But yeah, that was fun. I guess the most exciting thing for me is I finally received a bunch of props that I've been waiting for. Not boat props, but like film props, I guess. You know, when you do YouTube stuff, you got to constantly be buying stuff for the videos and whatnot. So I finally got a bunch of stuff that I've been waiting on, and you know, due to the current world shipping situations, everything is taken forever to get. So some of these things took a couple weeks to find and get. And then I had to go to the local Fred Meyer to buy the final piece, which I wasn't happy about buying. It's not something that I would choose to buy or spend that much money on for myself, but hey, you got to do it for the tubes. So hope you guys like it. So within the next week or two, hopefully I can get a video together for the new channel edition. I know I keep talking about this thing, and hopefully you guys find it as exciting as I do. Yeah, I kind of need good weather. I need some time to get out and figure out how to film all this stuff that I want to do. I kind of have little clips of ideas in my head that I want to try and do. Then it's a matter of putting all this together into one big production, I guess. So, yeah, hopefully we'll have that coming out in the next couple weeks at least. I hate dragging it out this long, but it is what it is. I think that was last weekend. Yeah, last weekend I took apart all the brakes on the trailer. It's the first time I've ever had the brakes out. First time I've had the bearings apart on that trailer. I tried taking those bearings apart before, and I couldn't figure out how. There's a metal tab that you have to bend out of the way in order to get the nut off, and I wasn't sure, exactly of what that was when I tried a long time ago, and I didn't want to break anything and disable the trailer. So, but this time it was kind of like, well, I got to do something, so let's bend this thing out of the way and see what happens. And sure enough, that's all it was. It's just a little retaining tab that you tweak out of the way, and then you can take the nut off and you can pull the bearings apart just like a normal car, like an 80s Chevy truck two-wheel drive with, your standard inner and outer bearings and all that good stuff. So we got that all apart. I'm going to put a video clip in here. Let's do it right here. Quick update on the trailer. Finally got it apart. Took me a minute to realize how these things come apart. Jesus, wrong fingers. These tabs here, one of them will be bent over and it'll be inside of that notch. So once you figure out where that is, bend it up, and then you can unthread the nut off the end, and then yeah, pulled them all apart. And I definitely have some issues. It's kind of odd. The wear is not bad. So let's see if we can get in there. In the shoes are all nice and evenly worn, maybe a little thin, but still got a lot of life left in it. The issue is, if I can get in here without the camera focusing on the right thing, is I got broken wires here. So 2 of the 4 brakes have broken here. One of them is not even connected up on top on the other side. You can see I got wiring hanging down back there. I need to figure out how to re-secure all that. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I always wondered how these brakes actually worked. I never really knew. I thought there was an electronic actuator that spread the shoes apart, but no, it's actually, I think this is basically a big electromagnet. And when it energizes, it grabs the actual drum surface. It'll grab onto the drum, and then let's see if I can do this with my other hand here, and then it'll actually push. So when it grabs the drum, the rotation of the drum will force this forward, and it'll actually, very hard to see there, but it's actually pushing the shoes out when I do that. So it causes it to do the self-energizing, where it's going to twist and then spread and lock in. Yeah, kind of interesting, because I noticed the inside of the drums have this weird surface on it. Weird machine surface. That's for that magnet to grab onto. Really weird. Never seen anything like that. So I'm going to look at prices on individual parts and see if I want to just fix. I believe what I would have to do is replace this magnet thing. If I can replace just this, I'm sure it should come with a new wire lead to go out to the back of the shoe, or the back of the backing plate there, and then you just splice it into your wires back there. So I got to see if it's going to be cost effective, if I even want to mess with all that, because I'm probably going to take everything apart to do that. And then I also need new seals, because I got to pull the brakes, or the wrong words, I got to pull the bearings apart and then repack them all and clean all the old grease out of them and stuff. So I might need new seals for that, and then just kind of generally clean everything up and re-lubricate, And then a couple of missing parts, like the ends of my caps. 2 of them are missing the rubber deal. Let's see if I got one that, yeah, see, this one has the rubber piece there. That's so that you can pop that rubber off, and you can put a grease gun here, and you can put some new grease into the bearing. 2 of them are missing, so I gotta find either new caps or if I can replace just that little rubber seal deal. But yeah, I'm just gonna have to get online and see what's more cost effective or time effective. It might be just worth buying the whole brake assemblies that I'd seen through Napa Auto. I think they come in pairs for like 80 bucks a pair. And then you just unbolt the whole thing and just toss all that and then slam the new one on and call it good. So yeah, I'm gonna have to look into this a little bit more. And I don't remember what I showed on that clip, but what I ended up doing with the brakes is the brakes themselves actually looked pretty good. Everything was not excessively worn. I think I pointed that out in there. The shoes had, you know, probably almost new wear on them. I don't think they got used that much. And the magnets, I guess you call them, those look fine. The only problem we had was there's a lot of broken wires inside of the brakes there for that magnet. So I don't remember what I said in that little clip there, but I've determined that I'm just going to repair the wires. I'm not going to replace those magnets because I actually priced them out, and I'm like, I don't want to spend that much money on this stupid trailer. So we're going to just replace or repair those wires. And I actually repaired the ones on the brakes already. Just cut the bad spots, strip it out, put a new crimp connector on, little butt connector with the heat shrink deals on it. So it's all sealed up in there. It looks good. And then a couple of little minor spots where maybe insulation was thin on some other wires. I just painted it with a liquid electrical tape and stuff like that. So it'll work. It'll be just fine. And then I'm going to repair all the wiring coming out of them all the way up to the front of the trailer if there's any other bad spots that need to be done. So we'll repair all the wires. I'm not replacing it all. And then I'm trying to look out the window at it. As for like the bearings and stuff, bearings are all in great shape. I cleaned them all. Cleaned all the grease off, washed them all down with brake cleaner and stuff like that. Everything looks perfect. So I ordered new seals for all of that. And then I ordered the new retaining clips for those nuts, the ones that you bend out of the way, because I don't know how many times you can use those without them breaking completely. So I just ordered new ones. They're only a couple bucks a piece, so ordered 4 of those. And then what else? Oh yeah, and then I ordered the breakaway box for up at the tongue there, and that's so that if the trailer ever comes off the truck, it'll pull the cable, and there's a battery for what they call a 5 milliamp battery or something like that. Little battery, and that'll when the cable gets pulled, that battery will energize the brakes and it'll lock up the brakes, or at least apply the brakes, so the trailer can stop on its own if it happens to come off of the truck. Just a safety item. I guess most states require the breakaway boxes, or the breakaway, I don't know what you call it, breakaway box, breakaway brakes. They require the emergency setup like that. So I don't know if our state does, but it's just good to have, I guess. So it'll be cool to get all that. And then I noticed the connector to plug into the truck. That trailer has a really old 6-way connector. It's like the smaller, just small round one, where everything nowadays is the big 7-way. Let's see if I had it handy right there. I don't. So we've always used an adapter to do that. Well, I also noticed that right at the connector, the wires are breaking open and they're all getting corroded and stuff, and you can't fix it there because the way the connector is, it's like a molded, bonded, wires are all melted in there. You can't fix it right there. So it needs to be redone. So I actually have a 7-way plug with like a 3-foot pigtail. So I'll put that on there and we'll just splice it in at the tongue. And that'll be all updated. And then we'll have our 7th wire, which I think is supposed to be your charging wire for the brakes, if I remember right. It's basically a battery power. That's like the only difference, I think, between 6 and 7-way connectors. So yeah, we got all that. So it's kind of nice being able to use stuff that I have on the shelf already and finally use that. Now I think about it, I bet that 7-way connector, I think that might have came with my 92 Jeep Cherokee when I got it back in early 2000s. I bet that's where that one came from. I remember it had a bunch of stuff like that in there. So it's probably like the factory trailer wiring or something for it. No, because that's the wrong end of the wire, so I don't know where that thing came from. Maybe Pearson BA350 bought it or something. I don't know. But anyways, so we got everything we need for that trailer coming. Most of the parts are supposed to be here tomorrow, but I think the one thing, the washers with the locks on them, those are not coming. I don't even know if those have shipped yet. You know, go figure, something's behind schedule. So the trailer's probably going to sit for another week or two, waiting on all that stuff. But yeah, I'm excited to get that trailer usable. And yeah, it would be great to be able to use that trailer again. And then I can start using the Jeep too, because I want to start towing that out and taking it places. Oh yeah, here's the grease for the trailer. Yeah, it's just chilling here. It's nice stuff, real nice. And what else we got? I ordered stuff for my GoPro camera. Jeez, I haven't used that thing in years. It's a Hero 3, that shows how old it is. I've always had battery issues with it. I remember my original battery died, and then I bought a replacement battery, but I think I only used it once or twice, but I never used it, and it basically died again. So I tried to use it when I did the ATV. I did use it when I did the ATV video. I got about 15 minutes of user time out of that battery. So I got some footage, but in the process of trying to get everything off of the camera, I think the battery completely died on it, and so my camera wouldn't even power up or anything, and I can't get the footage off of the camera. Well, I can with the card, but I'm trying to use Wi-Fi to pull videos off of other cameras to be able to just Wi-Fi straight to my phone, which is what we're using right now, iPhone X or iPhone 10, whatever you want to call it. That's the only way I can figure out how to get these all this footage from other cameras. I found out my nice, what's my other Canon? I think it's a Canon, the G7X or something like that. That has a Wi-Fi feature. I was able to connect it directly to my phone and just download the videos straight to my phone. That was cool. And then hopefully I can do that with the GoPro too, because it has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and all that good stuff. It's just I couldn't get it to connect, and then the battery just seemed like it died completely and didn't want to work. So I bought 2 new batteries for that GoPro, so maybe I'll actually start utilizing it more. That'd be cool if I can actually get, an hour or more of use out of it. Would be cool, especially if I start going 4-wheeling and stuff. It'd be nice to have the GoPro mounted on the Jeep in whatever different spots. And then I also ordered just the chest mount for the GoPro and the head mount, so I can play with different angles. I noticed like driving that ATV, like I really wanted the camera on me. I guess the chest would have been the best spot, because it would have been like right there, you could see everything. I had to have it just clamped onto the handlebars, but it's not very good because you turn and the camera's like whipping around and turning, and so it'd be nice to have it here, or put it on your head as long as you remember it's there and not turn your head too much. But yeah, so hopefully we'll utilize some more GoPro footage here. At least it's nice having that option again. And then, so yeah, with the time of the year now, we're getting into fall finally, and temperatures are getting cooler. It's kind of why we're in the shop today. It's only 55 degrees outside, and I guess the sun's going down earlier already. It seems like, so I can't even come home and make this video in the sunshine anymore. So we'll probably start doing a lot of these have a drink with me's in here. It's kind of a nice spot. I got lots of stuff for you guys to look at behind me, and I got some lighting bouncing off the wall, trying to keep my face lit up. But yeah, with winter coming here, I'm trying to figure out, I'd like to have a game plan of what I'm going to actually work on this winter. It'd be nice to know. I'm not sure. I really want to get the Fairlane back inside the shop, but Hovig's truck, we just didn't make as much progress as we really needed to on that this year. Yeah, I'm just not sure what I'm going to do. The Jeep can stay outside. My Jeep can stay outside now, but it doesn't, I mean, I got room in the shop, so I guess I'll just keep parking it in there because I might as well. Yeah, that's all I can think of, really. But other than that, things I actually want to work on, like the two things I need to work on are the square body Chevy. I got a lot of work I want to do on that. That was kind of my plan. And then the Fairlane, I really, God, I keep putting that off because I want to go all in on that. And yeah, I told myself I was going to do the square body next, like this winter. I want to get the square body lifted and, you know, get the axles under it and do that and get it to where, kind of like where my Jeep is now. It's not perfect, but it's cool, you know, and usable. That's where I want to get the Chevy at. And then once I can get that, then maybe next year, next spring, I can start hitting the Fairlane hard, you know. That would be the ideal goal, but it all depends on how motivated I can stay through this winter, see what the weather's going to be like, you know, the shop's going to be cold and dark. So, yeah, that's kind of where we're getting into. We're getting into fall here, and to me, it kind of slows down a little bit. I don't want it to, but it's just the way it seems to go. You kind of lose motivation when it's not nice outside and cold and in the shop, you know. I don't have a real nice shop that's insulated and warm or anything, so I gotta be in a good mood to come out here. And yeah, so other than that, I think that's all we got for this week. So I guess we'll sign off and I'll talk to you guys later.